everyone, welcome to another episode of On Purpose by Lynn. For those of you who are new here, my name is Lynn and I share with you everything you need to know about personal development and spirituality so that you can create your best life and that you can rise to your fullest potential. So if that's something that you're interested in, then make sure to subscribe. In this episode, I'm going to share with you about my background with depression and how this has led me to spiritual awakening. And the reason why I'm sharing that with you today is because I have noticed that so many people are currently struggling with anxiety and fear, and I've heard that the depression rates has gone up like crazy. And that's the reason why I want to share with you what I have to share, and it's an important message. So if that's something that you're interested in, then stay around. So 5 years ago, I was going through a depression. And for those of you who are going through that right now and are experiencing that, I'm sending all of my love to you. And I want you to know that this video is not meant to be any kind of therapy video or a way for you to get out of depression. If you are struggling with this, seek help, find help. There's no shame in that. Finding help is such a sign of strength and power that you are focusing your attention to, you know what, I cannot resolve this on my own and I'm going to find someone who can help me through this, and you'll find so much support in that. So I want to clarify this before I start this video. 5 years ago, I was experiencing the same. I was going through depression. It started with a burnout. I took so much responsibility towards me, and this burnout started from what I didn't know at the time, but my belief system and the way I programmed myself to go through life. I have always been a huge perfectionist in everything that I did. Still are a little bit. There's still something of that left, but I'm very glad to say that it's not controlling me anymore, and I've grown so much since that, and I'm aware that perfectionism doesn't come from striving for the best, but it comes from the fear of not being valid, the fear of failure, the fear of not being loved. That is what perfectionism truly comes from. It comes from fear, and it's very unhealthy to be such perfectionist, never be satisfied or never be happy with the results that you're getting or the way that you've been showing up or how you were dealing with things, who you were as a person for others. It's very toxic. And this characteristic trait that I had within me really led me to a situation in my life where I was so overworked, I was so sleep deprived, I was overly emotional or not emotional at all anymore. I couldn't sleep anymore. My motto at the time was, I'll sleep another time. Sleep is not important, I'll sleep another time. And I would stay awake until 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning to finish all of the things that had to be done in order for me to succeed, to get my grades in university, to do everything in the pace that was expected of me, or that I actually was expecting for myself, which was really unrealistic. And I succeeded at that, but it really left me feeling drained and feeling emotional and feeling with no life energy anymore. It dragged me to a point where I didn't see why I was here. I didn't see the point of me being here. I was totally in a very dark state, and I couldn't get myself out of that. And here is the connection that comes with a spiritual awakening. I saw this video lately of this woman from TEDx talking about depression and spiritual awakening are different sides of the door towards something else, a different awareness. And how I have experienced this is, after trying so often, I was always expecting so much from myself. As a child, I was very sportive. And I was always playing around, always running, always sweating, and doing all these activities. So I knew that using my body, becoming physical and doing sports, working out would make me feel better. And so coming from this perfectionistic view that I had of myself and the way I was supposed to do things, this is what I took with me in going all in on working out like a maniac. I was working out 6 times a day. I was doing kickboxing, boot camping, all of these things, and it was so unhealthy to a point where it started draining me again. I didn't feel that it was helping me. It didn't make me feel more balanced in life. And this is where I found out about the body-mind connection. And me finding out about body-mind-spirit connection came later when I left everything behind that I built up my entire life in the Netherlands. I left it all behind. I went traveling. I went chasing after my dreams. And that is where I started to open my heart, I believe. I started to open my heart and to really experience what freedom really is, what happiness really is, what aliveness really is. I was truly learning this lesson of the spirit. And this is where everything came full circle for me. And the door to spiritual awakening and depression, I think it's really the same door. What Tony Robbins always says is change happens when either the pain of staying where you are is so big that it leaves you no choice than going a different direction, or where a certain desire is so big that you choose to go for that. And what happened with me, and what happens with, I noticed a lot of people, especially from my generation, is that this pain of suffering to a point where it becomes unbearable and you cannot go any deeper anymore. This is where you suddenly make a switch in your mind, where you're like, I am completely surrendering to every expectation I've put on myself, I've put on my life, I've put on my health, I've put up anything, and I'm going to surrender what life has in store for me, and I'm going to follow what feels good, even if it doesn't make any sense. When the suffering is so big, there comes a point that it cannot get any worse. And this is what happened to me. This is where I made the switch unconsciously to make a change in my life. And this is where my spiritual awakening started to rapidly take place in a very rapid pace. And I want to share this today because I know the situation that we're in globally is very daunting. It can leave you sometimes as if there's no hope. There are people losing their jobs, losing their money. They're afraid for their children. So much fear. And I want to put a different light on this today. Because yes, the fear is real. Yes, what we're living in is real. But what is also simultaneously happening is that we are moving towards the point where we're going to wake up to ourselves. We're going to wake up to a different reality. And that is beautiful. Transformation in itself isn't necessarily comfortable or amazing to experience. Usually it comes with a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of shedding old skin, shedding old beliefs, shedding old paradigms. But we're now globally uniting to face this truth. And when you recognize that, the suffering becomes a little bit less intense. Because you can give it a place, you understand why that is happening. And this spiritual awakening wakes you up to the other side of the spectrum, not the side of fear, anxiety, loss, lack, survival. Spiritual awakening wakes you up to love, trust, joy, ease, gratitude, possibilities, infinite possibilities. It wakes you up to a different part within yourself. It wakes you up to your spirit. That's why it's called a spiritual awakening. And so, yeah, I wanted to film this video for everyone who is losing hope right now, whether you're in a depression or not. Everyone who is losing hope right now, who doesn't see the light anymore at the end of the tunnel, who feels like this situation is closing them into a place where they don't want to be, in a place where they cannot get out. But the only way out is to go within. Let me know in the comments, what are you experiencing in this moment, in the situation that we're in right now, and what has it taught you so far? Because with every challenge that we're faced with, there is a lesson in there. And when you can change your mindset from, why is this happening to me, to what is this teaching me, then you are already making the shift. It's about baby steps and loving yourself the way through it. Loving the mess that you are. Loving yourself for being you, for doing your best. Loving yourself for showing up every single day with the challenges that you're faced with, and for finding your way through it, to navigate through it. And if that is harsh on you right now, take it day by day. Maybe not even take it day by day, take it moment by moment. Because if we can master this moment, if we in this moment can focus on all the beautiful things that are awaiting for us, and you can visualize that for yourself, then we are mastering our days, our weeks. This moment is the only thing that you have to master. Nothing else that's in the future, nothing that's in the past, nothing that's happening around you, you can control, except for this moment. And by mastering this moment, you are able to control the future. That is how powerful you are, and that is what you are going to wake up to. When there's no more suffering for you to experience, this is the shift that it's leading you towards, that is leading us globally in the situation. That moment of internal change. We're shifting into different times because we're shifting within. If you have liked this video, make sure to like this video, as it will be spread out to anyone who needs to hear a little bit of hope today. And remember to subscribe to my channel, as you will be the first to watch all of my videos that I'm posting every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so that you can create your best life and you can rise to your fullest potential. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for keeping an open mind. And remember, we have such an exciting future to look forward to, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. Bye for now.